So things are changing pretty fucking quickly, okay, with boomers. Because the early boomers are turning 80. Fuck, like, that's old. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. This 96-year-old Swede who's running the marathon, fuck that guy. That's one guy in all Sweden. So, yeah, at 80, you're fucking old. Take my word for it. I'm 68. I feel pretty fucking old, okay? So you're 80, you got problems. You're still in a house, and they kept their houses. They all kept their houses. Well, the ones who died didn't, but they kept their houses. How? Like 2,600 square foot houses, 3,600 square foot houses? There's just like the two of them stumbling around in these old fucking houses, okay? And they're old as fuck. Like, what happens? Okay? Is it going to be like feudal times? Is it going to be like in the old days? Like, they just eventually, they say, well, I'm going to turn it over to you, son. I'm going to turn it over to you, daughter. Like, what the fuck is that all about? Are you going to be the Duke of Oakville, that you just inherit property from your fucking parents, or you're the Empress of Shaughnessy, where you just get, that's how it goes. You just take over the house from your parents. That's all fucked up. It makes no fucking sense, but that's where we're fucking headed. Because guess what? All the condo alternatives were mainly so shitty, so expensive, and the monthly maintenance was so high, the old people just stayed in their houses.
Hello, everybody. Whoa, it's been a while. I've missed the May podcast yet again. That's 2 years in a row. Funny how it correlates with my wife's birthday. Her birthday month, I just can't seem to get it in. But I'm back, and it's June, and we're on the tip of summer, and we're here to talk about some things. That was Ron, the mortgage guy. Off the top, he's a guy I follow on Instagram. He's one of the only boomers I hear that is really sympathetic to our cause and understands of how that generation has really fucked things up. And I thought it was interesting to hear him just talking about how we are headed to a feudal society. We're going back to the medieval times. Duke of Oakville. Will I be the Duke of Sharon? I'll have to share it with two other kids. That's going to suck. We're going to have to alternate taking care of the home and the Duke of Sharon. Duke and Duchess. So stupid. Where do your parents live? Where are you going to be the Duke? Yeah. It's like you can't even be mad about it at this point because it's so ridiculous, home ownership. It just feels like unless you win the lottery or handed a home, don't do it. Don't do it. Find a rental. It's the better idea. You can invest money. You can save more money. It's got to be the right fucking situation for home ownership. Either fucking inherit shit or have so much money that you barely have a down payment. Ron, the mortgage guy, follow him. He's we don't align politically, but he does have some good knowledge working in the mortgage industry the last 40 years. So I do like to hear his wisdom in that matter. But let's move on from that. Sometimes I just like to start with a little bit of something to jar your feathers a little bit. Put your feathers in a jar of pickle juice and brine them. So what do we got going on? I just watched Canada annihilate Qatar in the World Cup. For the first ever time they've won a game in the World Cup, 6-0. 2 red cards for Qatar. Broke one of our guys' legs. So gnarly they couldn't even show a replay. And then behind me right now as I'm recording, I'm just trying to take a little gander here and there, but holy fuck, they're still fucking up. The Toronto Marlies, as I'm recording this podcast, are up 2-1 in Game 4 of the Calder Cup Finals, which is incredible because everyone said that they didn't have any prospects or anything, and they're one period away, and they just scored 3-1. Holy shit, they're going to win the Calder Cup probably tonight. Unbelievable. That is the team that plays like the team underneath the Toronto Maple Leafs. So they're about to win a Calder Cup. There's no way they're going to lose. They're up 3-0, right? And they just scored to make it 3-1. If you need to know the context of when I am exactly recording this, because I don't think I'm going to release it until tomorrow, okay? Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Sports has been great. Hockey's over. The NBA is over. The Knicks won for the first time since the 70s. Incredible. That's good for the Leaf Portal. What else? Carolina Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup. Mitch Marner did not win the Stanley Cup. Mitch Marner did not win the playoff MVP. Barely got any votes because he choked in those last 2 games. But he had his best playoff ever. I will give him that. Best playoff he has ever had. And if we had that kind of Mitch output on the Toronto Maple Leafs, my God, folks, it would be crazy. We would definitely have gone probably to the finals at least once. But that's just not how it shook. That's not how it shook. And that's what I got to do here. I got to move on, just like we all got to move on. So what has been going on? Because it's been almost 2 months, folks, and I am sorry about that. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. I've been to like 3 birthday parties in May for people turning 40. It's a lot of energy. A lot of preparation, and then I got sick. I got a good old-fashioned cold for the first time. I think an actual cold. God, I don't even know the last time. I'm going to say, 2017, something like that. 2017, 2018. Maybe that was the last time I had an actual cold. It's not something with a fucking fever and all this shit. It was brutal, though. It was brutal. It was a bad cough. I got sick, and my wife went to Spain for her trip with her friend, and I was left here with the little bubs, and I was out of it, man. And I'll talk about it in the fitness update, but my fitness streak, my consistency streak has come to an end, and I had to continue on. But we'll get to that in the fitness update. We still got the opening turd here to talk about. There's a lot of stuff I got to get through with you guys. Heard that the final thing I went to school for, my college program has shut down. The Humber Comedy Program for Comedic Writing and Performance 2-year is no longer a program at Humber College. It's not being offered. It has been canceled. I heard from someone else that said it's a hiatus, but it sounds like it's very unlikely that it's going to come back. And if it comes back, it might be in some other weird way, like a workshop, which is really what it should be, I think. As I've said many a time, I believe on this podcast, maybe just in my head, but it should have continued on as a post-grad course. It should not have 18-year-olds going into that program, spending tons of money on tuition and boarding and all going into debt. I know so many people that were in debt for years because of this program. Because it's not going to give you anything other than a front row seat to a horror show that you have to learn from. And you can learn from it, but it's a horror show, and nobody wants to give you a job at Google if you've only had a front row seat to a horror show. So that's it. Every school I've attended, I don't even know if there's going to be a record of me at any institution. I guess it will still be there. I got my certificate, of course. I got my proud certificate that I dropped in a puddle. But all of my schools are gone. Every school I went to. I never would have thought that would have happened as a kid, that I would just lose every school I went to wouldn't exist anymore. I know that's time. I know we've had world wars and stuff, and complete cities have been annihilated and built back up and erased from history. We've been erased from history a lot in this world, and it's not, at the end of the day, I don't know if it's a big deal that it happens. It's just a part of life. Sometimes it just happens, and it's just kind of funny that everything, too. It's like what's next? My grandma's house, she passed away last year. They sold her house, and then new people came in. They just smashed it to the ground in the middle of Burlington. Like an old suburb of Burlington. They had to smash it to the ground and start over? Was it that bad? What was going on in there? Was she living in an asbestos hellhole? What was it? It was built in the 60s, I think. She did live till 94. Couldn't have been that bad for your health. Everything is just getting erased. So that's why it's good to think about the past. And here's something I want to talk to you about, because I was just at my parents' place. Okay, I had to do a favor for my parents. And I went up to my old room and I was looking in my closet. I was like, I got to clear this shit out. I've got stuff in there. I've got some empty boxes. But I had this, I don't even know why I've ever kept this stuff. But in a jar, I've had all these, when you were in, kids don't probably do this anymore. They probably text or something. But when I was a child, when I was in junior high, we used to write notes and letters to each other. And it was a big deal. You always had to write a note and you had to give it to somebody and they'd fucking take it home and they'd read it, write a new one, give it to you. They'd always PPS it. Every single one of them that I found in this jar of notes. PPS, don't show anyone. Don't show anyone. Very important that nobody sees this. I couldn't, it was so funny. Like, it was definitely junior high, all these notes. I've got there's like 15 from different people. And I was just reading over it and I was like, I got to keep these in some way. The paper smells like it's rotting or something. It smelled like poison. And is that what happens to lined paper after 30 years? It gets all fucked up. It smelled weird. So it was making me uncomfortable. I thought I was bringing some kind of noxious chemical into the home. So I scanned them in, because there's also a hilarious note that I had a runaway note that I wrote to my parents when I was in grade 7, and it is hilarious. I had a map to where I was going to go. I had a list of stuff to bring. One of them was a bat, and then in brackets it said, in case the cops tried to catch me. What am I going to do with a bat? I was going to tag the cops? Insane. I have to keep that. But, again, the rotting paper, I had to scan it in. So I scanned the stuff in. I don't know. If my computer, I've lost hard drives, I've lost computers and stuff. If it just disappears, it disappears. Who gives a shit? But I don't want this shit hanging around because it's like embarrassing. My runaway note, too. I don't know what I was thinking. I was making it look like I'm going to disappear into the woods like Rambo, but I'll be watching. And when I am pleased with what I see, I'll come back. That's what I wrote in this note. How insane is that? I love kids. They don't know how the world works at all. I don't think my parents ever got this letter because they probably would have thrown it out or burned it or took me to therapy. Well, they did that. But I don't think it would be in my possession. So I think I wrote it and then I must have just saved it or something. Oh my God, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Yeah, I was a kid going through some shit, I'll tell you. I was going through some shit in those late 90s. And it is definitely evident in those letters and in those. You don't have anything going on when you're in grade 7. And it's just funny to see this time capsule of, well, here's the problems that we have. This guy doesn't like me, or why don't you like this girl? It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I love it. Anyway, they're there. If I get enough likes, if I get some more plays on Spotify, maybe I'll release one of them. I will break the agreement in the PPS of don't show anyone, and maybe I'll post it online at comeloseit.wordpress.com. Maybe on the podcast blogcast, what would I call it? Blogcast Fatboy or whatever. I have a category for some writings I do. Blogcast Fatboy. Oh my God, the old podcast Fatboys days, Guys, we're close to this being the Come Lose It era of this podcast being just as long as the podcast Fatboy era. I think we're about 12 episodes away from breaking the record. That's how long we've been in this. Right, Gussie Boy? He's had enough. He just got neutered, by the way. He's wearing a little jumpsuit. It's driving us nuts. I'm tired of having to tie it around his back every time we take him out and leash him. It's a terrible thing. I did feel a bit guilty about it. I don't know what it is. It's hard when you have to put a dog through surgery for the standards of society. It's not. Yes, there can be some health benefits to it, but we're doing this because society doesn't want all these aggressive dogs, and I get it. But my guy's a little poochy. He's not a big fucking pit bull or a mastiff. He's not one of those fucking like steroid induced dogs. Fuck those things. My prince is a peach. I thought I had hantavirus. I went through there was a little bit of a hantavirus scare about a month ago. Do you guys remember that? And it's kind of gone. No one's freaking out about it. There was like a cruise ship full of hantavirus. And then I got rid of the boat. I know I've talked about the boat a lot on this podcast. I got a boat from my mom and my stepdad, and we took it to my wife's cottage. And it's been a pain in the ass ever since, because the boathouse we keep it in is full of fucking mice, man. And I think it's like those mice, those like field or deer mice or what. Like, I swear to God, when I pulled that boat out last time I was there was a fucking deer mouse in it. They're the ones with the fucking hantavirus. So I'm like, that's it. I fucking had enough. I dragged that fucking boat right back to Belleville. Dragged it back to Belleville. I was like, here, you fucking take it. You sell it. They're selling their home. They're going to be out of there. My mom's moved back to the city where she belongs. And hopefully they just include the boat. Like, just include it with the listing. You're on a river. Glad that's over. Boat ownership isn't for me, folks. My dad's got a boat. I can borrow that if I want to go for a little spin, but I can't deal with all this shit. You know, I don't like it. All the fucking oils and everything everywhere. Fucking mice. Fuck it. The Toronto Maple Leafs won the draft lottery. We're also going to know that in the next few days. This is crazy that they won the draft lottery. They're going to take the first overall in the draft. We're probably going to get someone who could be a superstar, and that's exciting. Kid from UConn, fantastic. I think they're going to be taking him. It's a weird time for the Leafs. We don't know. We got new GMs. We got a new coach. Everyone's just like, I don't know what the fuck is up and down. And we're just trying to fucking get by, man. We're just trying to get by. So that's really what's going on. What else is going on? Like, fucking Trump really fucked up, eh? He's 80 now. Happy birthday to Trump. He had is this guy not Biff from Back to the Future 2? He had a UFC match on the fucking White House lawn. That's very Biff energy. That's Biff Back to Future 2 energy. He's 80. He looks sick. He's falling asleep. His hands are make-upped. And he just really fucked up with Iran. Like, you should have never attacked them at all. Now it's going to cost them $300 billion. They have to give them. Like, everything's more fucked up. He's an idiot. God, do people see it? Please see it. Please. Fitness update. Fitness update, guys. So I told you I got sick. I thought I had hantavirus. It wasn't hantavirus. Wasn't hantavirus. I'm still alive. But it's an 8-week incubation. So maybe I still have it in that 8-week. It's going to show it's still dead. And I'll be dead. But no, I got sick from a friend, and it was hell. And then my wife went away, and I really, really tried to get that 3-day workout in. And I think I got 2 in. I got 2, and that's all I could do. I was just too fucking sick, too tired, too stressed, couldn't fucking do it. But you know what? We always were going to get into fractions with this thing. I was never just going to never not work out again. I was going to have an off week. You get sick. Life happens. Life happens when you're making plans, or whatever the fuck John Lennon said. But so we're into the fractions now, and I think I've worked out consistently to the goal 21 of the last 22 weeks, okay? So I'm one behind, but that sounds pretty good. That's still good. And this week, I just got to work out one more day, and that's 22 of 23. Not bad. Not friggin' bad, folks. I do feel a lot better. Muscles good, shoulders good. I'm trying to incorporate the bike again. I feel like I've fallen off using my cardio because I've realized I wasn't feeling very a great benefit from doing cardio all these years. When I finally committed to doing weights, you gotta do fucking weights if you're gonna work out. And I feel so much better. I feel bigger and stronger. feel fantastic. But there's these times where it's just so hard to get in more and more sessions for doing weights. So it's like if I can throw in 1 or 2 days of cardio just in case, so I still maintain that consistency of exercise, then I'm fucking happy. So I did 1 cardio this week. I'm probably going to do 3 for the weights. And that's it. 4. I'm very comfortable with 4. And hopefully that we're just going to keep plugging away. We're just going to keep trying to be as consistent as we can. But when we need to take a rest day, we're going to take a fucking rest day. I was doing tricep kickbacks yesterday. Something felt very fucking wrong in my right shoulder. So I just fucking moved on for it. All right? So that's where I'm at. Hope you guys are doing well. The weather's getting nice. It's nice and cool out right now. You can go for walks or bike rides. It's fucking perfect for that weather. And just try and do little things. Just drop and give me 10, motherfucker. Health news. News that is health related. Okay, let's get to some health news. I got just one thing to say. Went to the dentist recently, and the dentist asked me, she's like, do you have acid reflux? And that's not a good thing when the dentist asks you that, because she's saying that looking at my teeth, right? She's looking at the back of my front teeth. I go, yeah, I get it sometimes. I'm not like constantly puking up acid or anything, but I've gone through periods of heartburn. Absolutely. Look at me. Of course. Of course I have fucking heartburn. And she's like, well, it's not good for your teeth. It's really not. Oh, okay. Well, what do you want me to do? So I'm going to tell you what you can do. Because a big part of heartburn or GERD, which I think I got a little bit of that GERD sometimes, GERD diet. I got 9 heartburn-friendly foods to eat. Alright? Things that can help, that won't give you, won't bung you up. The unfortunate thing is all the things I like are not good for heartburn. Citrus fruits, which I don't think I have many of those. I have blueberries. So that's not citrus, though. It's like oranges and shit. I don't really fuck with them too much. Citrus fruits, chocolate, alcohol, mint, and carbonated drinks can worsen heartburn. Fuck. Okay, so that's just everything. I haven't been drinking that much, though. I still am like really off with it. It's kind of creeped back in a little bit with the warmer weather. What can I say? Having a drink here and there. But overall, I'm pretty fucking good with it. I'm pretty fucking good. So here are some things that you can have to reduce heartburn naturally, because I feel like a lot of people have some issues, with heartburn. A lot of people I know do, especially as you're getting older. So, number 1, ginger. Ginger contains compounds like gingerol and shogal, which have anti-inflammatory effects. They increase gastric emptying, the process of your stomach releasing food into the small intestines. So there's less stomach acid to flow backward into your esophagus. Let's drum roll it for number 2. Oh, shit. 2 is gum. Saliva production increases when you chew gum, which helps reduce stomach acid in your esophagus. However, more research is needed. I don't know. Maybe cross out gum. I fucking hate gum. I really don't like it. Give me a mint or something. Oh, fuck, can't have mint. High fiber foods. A low fiber diet can slow digestion and prevent your stomach from emptying properly. This can cause acid reflux symptoms like heartburn and regurgitation. I've had that before. It sucks. High fiber foods include apples, bananas, prunes, and berries, nuts and seeds, vegetables like spinach, asparagus, broccoli, and sweet potatoes with the skin, whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, whole grain bread, and oatmeal. Honey. Oh, fuck. I had to have lots of honey when I had the fucking sore throat and the fucking cough. Oh, honey, eat the fuck. I love honey. I do. I'm a fucking poo bear for fucking honey, man. Eating honey helps coat your stomach lining and esophagus. This coating keeps food and juices from coming into contact with the lining of your esophagus. You gotta, I've had family histories of people with esophagus cancer and shit like that. So you do need to try and protect that esophagus. You don't want to fuck that up. Hit me with your best shot. Lean protein. Leaner meats like chicken, turkey, or fish can be helpful if you have heartburn because they have less fat and acid, which tend to aggravate heartburn. Limiting oil and butter when preparing lean meats or seafood helps reduce fat content. Try baking, broiling, or grilling. Probably use one of them fucking air fryers. Fuck yeah! What we got? Low-fat and non-fat dairy products. Low-fat meals may reduce heartburn. Choose low-fat dairy options, which may not worsen your symptoms the way higher or full-fat options might. So fat can give you a little bit of that goddamn heartburn, I guess. Oh, baby, almost done, and that's non-citrus fruits. Okay. Non-citrus fruits may help you avoid heartburn. Some non-citrus fruits include apples, bananas, grapes, melons, including cantaloupe, honeydew, and watermelon, and pears. I don't fuck with grapes anymore because I have a dog, and they're poison for dogs, so I just don't want to risk them falling. So I very rarely buy grapes, and if I do, I eat them in a bubble. Make sure the little dick. He won't fucking eat a grape anyway. He's a meat motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Hit me with number 8. Vegetables. Vegetables contain fiber, are low in fat, and are considered alkaline foods. Vegetables to eat include broccoli, spinach and kale, asparagus, eggplant, cucumbers, ginger. Do you got any green beans? Potatoes. I'm going to make fries tonight. That's what they mean, right? And last but not least, whole grains. Whole grains are a source of fiber, which helps manage constipation that may worsen GERD. You don't want to be connied when you got the GERD. In general, fiber supports healthy digestion, which can help reduce heartburn. So there we go. As we get older and everything's stressed, the whole grain options are like brown rice, couscous, oatmeal, whole grain bread. Stay away from the fucking, the Italiano white, okay? What you should avoid are acidic foods, chocolate, certain drinks like alcohol, carbonated drinks, caffeinated drinks, anything that's good. Garlic. Raw garlic can trigger heartburn in some people. Fuck me, really. High-fat foods can, red meat, fried foods. Full-fat dairy, mint. Mint, for some people, mint might be soothing and may help soothe an upset stomach. Avoid spearmint or peppermint-flavored foods and teas if you have GERD. It can relax the LES and worsen reflux symptoms. I don't know what that means. Onions. Onions contain high levels of fructans, a type of carbohydrate that cause LES to relax. LES? What the fuck is that? Lesbian. Spicy foods. No wonder I have acid reflux. No fucking wonder. What am I supposed to do? You can't take those fucking prescription pills or everything. I don't know, guys. Just fucking go to one of the blue zones and smoke your cigarettes and eat your fat, you motherfucker. Okay, guys, I should say I didn't talk about it in the opening tour, but it's been May was a crazy month because I booked 2 acting jobs. Guys, I'm back acting again. Can you believe it? I booked a role in a TV show called Mayday. I don't know if you've heard of Mayday. I think it's also called Plane Disasters or Air Disasters or something like that in the States. It's been on for 27 seasons. I'm in the new season of 27. I play air traffic controller Bill Pickrell. So stay tuned for that. I think it'll be on some streaming sites as well as whatever Discovery is now. I don't know what I don't know what it is. It's not Discovery anymore, right? It's something else. But I had a good time on there. And then I just shot a commercial with a big celeb, folks. Okay, I can't talk about that. They gotta look at my social media, make sure I'm not leaking photos of the celeb on set because I'm just so excited about the celeb. Nobody gives a shit. They asked to see my social media, and I'm like, I have a locked Instagram account. That's it. That's all I have. It's been beautiful. It's been beautiful that I haven't had to see Elon Musk and all his bullshit and his $1 trillion empire and all. I haven't had to see any of his fucking tweets or any of that shit. And it's honestly been so nice. So nice. So it's hilarious. Anytime, this is a big thing now with productions, is they ask for your social media handles. And I'm always like, okay, take a look. I don't know. Can you see anything? It's private. Anyway, I don't know. I started to get some weird people trying to like friend me. I wonder if that was like a burner account for them to try to see if I would accept it. And they're just like, fuck it. He's got 3 posts. Fuck it. It's a World Cup. Fuck it. Remember that guy in Maui that attacked that seal? He was like a chubby guy with a beard. Not good for my brand. Not good for my brand. Threw a fucking giant rock at a endangered species. And it's always a little bit more touchy there. Now look, I've been to Maui, and it's a very special place. I've talked about it. There's a couple episodes you can see. I recorded this podcast when I was in Maui. Did 1 or 2 episodes, I can't remember. And back in 2017, Jesus, that was a while ago. Anyway, this guy is getting fucking charged and everything else, and it's bad for the business of the beard. Okay? It's bad for the beard business. I went to a nerd pawn shop. Have you ever been to a nerd pawn shop? That's where you go to sell your old video game, your 20-year-old PlayStation 3. It's called Microplay. It's where I went and I think I bought my first PlayStation 1 there at the nerd pawn shop. It was called Microplay. And it's weird because it is like going to a pawn shop, but they're nerd dudes and they're trying to shake you down because they want to jack the price, just like any pawn shop. But I know pawn shops operate differently, where it's like you're kind of loaning them and you can buy it back with interest or whatever. And if not, they just sell it. But this is a nerd pawn shop. Don't get me wrong. There's all kinds of shit. There's Dragon Ball Z or fucking Dungeons and Dragons, big carousels of dragon dice and shit. Is like, whoa, you guys, you gotta fucking stay alive in this business. People aren't just gonna come in for the new fucking Game Boy game. You gotta fucking stay on and hit all the nerd levels. So hey, I went in there to the nerd pawn shop. I saw someone from my high school that I haven't seen in 20 years or more, 23 years. He doesn't look like he has aged a day, and he brought in his what looked like almost teenage children to try to sell their PlayStation 4. Of course, he didn't recognize me, thank God. I don't think he really noticed me, but I cowered and ran away because I didn't want to. He wasn't like a friend or anything. He's just someone that I'd see at parties or in the halls kind of thing. He was kind of an athlete or whatever. When you get in those situations and you have to make that decision in your head where it's like, do you go, hey, or do you avoid the whole thing and feel better because of it? And that's what I did. That's the nerd pawn shop, man. That's what happens when you go to a nerd fucking pawn shop. You run into someone from fucking high school. What am I supposed to do? What else? There's not much. There's just like a couple. This Oliver Tree guy. Do you know this Oliver Tree? I've never really paid attention to this guy at all. I didn't really know any of his music, anything like that. I just saw some clips of him in some podcasts, like Bobby Lee's podcast, where he told him that he has a touch of progeria, which is hilarious to say to someone. But I didn't know anything about him. He just died in a fucking helicopter crash. I'm seeing like he's like an artistic, creative guy in his music. It's got some bop to it, and he's a weirdo. Like, I like the weird, like, this guy's fucking cool. This guy was cool, and he fucking, another helicopter death. Gotta stay out of these fucking helicopters. Okay, because apparently they vibrate themselves to pieces. Every helicopter apparently vibrates to pieces, and they don't last long. Like, they have to fucking overhaul them after 2 years, and like you might get another 2 years. Like, they don't last long, helicopters. They're not like small prop planes. They're not like commercial jets. They are fucking brutal. They just, from the birth of them, they fucking are just trying to shake apart. Like Chris Farley on the paint chips, you know? So very sad. The more I'm learning about this Oliver Tree fella, the bowl cut, the long hair. Ugh! I'm having green tea. You guys having green tea? Hold on a sec. I'm gonna check out what the fuck. This is what happens when you don't have proper TV. Sometimes it freezes. Oh, 3-2. Fuck, they got one. They got one back. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, they almost tied it up. I'm just drinking green tea and I'm having a good time and I'm talking about Oliver Tree. I gotta check out more of his music and his videos and stuff because he's like a fucking, I don't know, he's like David Byrne on Nerds or something, like the candy. It's like if David Byrne took Nerds and it turned him into some type of cartoon. That was Oliver Tree. What a weirdo. Rest in peace. Brutal. Fucking helicopters, man. Stay out of them. I went in one in Hawaii, and I don't ever plan on getting in one again. Make sure you watch lots of football. La 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 la. And I'll come back to you soon on the podcast, folks. Gus, is there anything you want to say to the fans? I've got no nuts! Oh, you wouldn't know it, though. He's got his spirit. He's still a sweet little boy. He's got no nuts. We had to cut them so we can go to the dog park and not have to be like, is your dog fixed? 'Cause ours isn't. Now we have more options for pet sitters, 'cause nobody wants a dog with nuts. So we had to take his beautiful nuts off. He had quite the pair.